Hey everyone, so today I'm starting a series where I'm doing all kinds of fashion design tutorials. Just request types you want below. I have a couple in my head, and today I wanted to start with just the basic figure. So for this tutorial you'll need a ruler, colored pencils, just so you have kind of an easier way to map out what you're doing. And you don't necessarily need an H pencil, you just need one regular pencil. And then a pen. I'm using a 01 size pen. So let's get started. Okay, so to start the drawing, you're going to want to mark out a 9-inch line, which is going to be your center line, and the 9 inches stand for 9 heads, which is usually where the fashion figure falls in between 9 and 10 heads. So I usually do 9, I find that works for me. 10 makes the legs a bit too long, but if you're going for that, still cool. So I drew the head just with a circle, an oval shape, and then I started to draw the neck and the collarbone. I find the collarbone really helps me map out where everything needs to be. And then I started working on where the shoulders were going to be, and from the bottom of where I kind of roughly sketched out the shoulders, I do a curved line to where the armpit would be, and then I mark where the chest would be, and then I start to draw the actual sort of rib cage, torso, waistline area. I find it helps for the torso to draw the actual rib cage, just a rough sketch. You'll see in a couple seconds, but it helps to map out where the torso is going to go outwards and then start to curve inwards. Also, drawing the belly button helps you kind of picture where it would be. Here I'm drawing the rib cage. Hopefully you can see the blue and the red pen, maybe not the color exactly, it's kind of blurry, but I thought it would be better instead of using all pencil, you know? So I drew the crotch, and then I'm starting to draw the hips, which I find if I don't draw that, then everything gets confusing. Just make sure you take everything in little steps and sections, and don't try to do everything all at once, because it's just not going to look right, you know? Also, this tutorial is not meant to be you have to draw this way, this is the correct way. No, I just wanted to help people who are having troubles, or people who they're not looking to do a crazy full-on illustration. They just want to know the basics so they can design the clothes and worry about the clothes more. And if there's tips for people who are struggling, that'll help, hopefully. So I did the legs, which in the middle part, they kind of curve outwards and then curve inwards, and then on the hips they go out and then into the knee. And you can kind of notice I don't even know what shape that is, I guess if you were to squish it a lot, an arrow shape kind of thing, where it kind of curves inwards and then it curves inwards again, where the knee would be the point, if that helps you remember. Just throwing out random tips. So at this point I kind of just go along and just edit things that I don't like, things that don't look right. You can kind of just use your eyes, you know, to fix whatever you find is wrong. And don't worry about it being perfect, because in reality these are pretty much just croquis, and which means kind of something you can trace so you can quickly draw fashion designs. But yeah, you just want to focus on the design after, you know? And here I'm just outlining it so you're able to see the full look without all the underneath sort of things. Okay, so the next figure is a runway 3/4 view figure, which is good just for more natural looking poses. It's just kind of a bit more fun. The head, I started it the same way. It's facing forward. The only thing is, maybe, you could lower it down a little bit, because if the person is walking, their head is probably bobbing forward, even though they're probably trying to keep it up straight. It's just automatically going to be a bit more forward, But I just kept it the same, just for the purpose of showing the side-by-side view, And then here I'm marking the angle lines where the shoulders are going to be angled and where the hips are going to be angled. And here I'm going to change the center line and make it into an S-shaped curve, which is going to help you mark out the chest and the hips. Little things help. I know some of these things might seem like a lot to do and you don't want to do it every time, but as long as you have a couple figures that you have a front view, a runway walk, side view, back view, as long as you have those and then you can kind of trace over them and use them over and over kind of thing, you're good. So you don't have to do this all the time. This is just for that. But you could, if you wanted to, do whatever. Here I'm marking on the shoulders. The left shoulder would be higher than the right shoulder because the body is kind of being lifted and the leg is thrown back as she's walking. Marking out the legs, making sure they're closer together because as she's walking, the one's behind, so it'll look smaller and closer because it's kind of angled, And just drawing the hips, the crotch, and then the legs. I found I had to kind of play with the hips a bit because I had over-exaggerated the pose a bit much. It's a bit more cartoony. So I had to kind of play with things because it's not what I usually draw. But I think it's good to still show you guys that you can make it work, By the way, both the arm clips for each figure, somehow, both of them didn't record. I don't really know why. I tried to make it work, so when I do the black outline, you can kind of see better how I did them, hopefully. Yeah, I use my iPhone, and it's not the best for recording, but it looks okay, so that's good. If you want to use references, you can, and I think you should, because references are they're great. They help you learn. They're good. I've used references to get to this point, but if you're more so just looking for being able to just have a general idea of the figure so you can get the clothes out of your head, then I think if you want to follow this tutorial, then, it helps. But if not, you can just use this for tips and stuff like that. Also, I just want to thank you guys for almost 150 subscribers. That's crazy. I don't know, it's really cool. So thank you for watching my videos and liking them and all that stuff. And honestly, I love getting comments because you guys are so nice. And like, if you want to request any kind of video, just put it down below. If you want to, like, more of these tutorials, let me know. I don't know. Let me know if you like them. But the tutorial's pretty much done, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!